Kenya over tax hikes and high cost of living. President Ruto's unfulfilled promises and economic policies are fueling the public anger. The opposition leader Raila Odinga is leading the protests. Both sides are unwilling to back down and the demonstrations continue. Global heat waves are changing world working patterns, with outdoor workers having to work shorter shifts and having cooler stations, and indoor workers having remote options. Although many countries are not yet adapted to this new working change, it's going to be crucial for employee well-being and productivity. After Bill Gates and President Xi's meeting, Henry Kissinger also went to China to improve US-China relationships, as he is highly regarded in China for normalizing the relationship. They will both have to focus on what both countries need, and after discussions, negotiations might be underway. Russian missile attacks on Ukraine's coast have caused damage after Russia withdrew from the grain deal, the safe passage deal. They have been attacking ships at the port. Now, France and Germany are trying to condemn the attacks. Also, Crimea experienced an explosion and the cause is being investigated. The Women's World Cup in Australia kick-started, although a shooting in Auckland raised concerns that have now been cleared. Also, Wagner continues in Africa despite banishment, combating gangs and terrorists in Africa. Also, Gold Coast has offered to host the 2026 Commonwealth Games after Victoria and Australia pulled out because of cost issues. Every year, July 29th is International Tiger Day, a day to raise awareness about the conservation and protection of these endangered species. Did you know that unlike other big cat species, tigers love spending time in water and swimming? Hi everybody, this week we are interviewing Mr. James Godfrey Fawcett, who is a lead forest maker using the Miyawaki method. I really hope you enjoy.
Hi, it's lovely to be here. My name's James, and I'm from a rewilding organisation called Sugi, and my job title is lead forest maker, which sounds very posh, but basically I just plant forests, I plant trees, we do ecosystem restoration, and predominantly we try and do it in urban areas, so we try to connect people and nature. I used to be much more in like landscape design, landscape gardening. So we used to kind of build gardens and areas. And I always had a love for nature. I always had a love for forests. I never really understood that you could create a forest. I always thought it was kind of way too complex. Mm-hmm. And then about 5 years ago, I kind of decided to change because I wanted to perhaps look at helping more the environment. And so I found this methodology, which is called the Miyawaki method, which is what we use to create our forests. And it was for me, it was like a light bulb moment. It was one of those, like someone showing me a solution about how you can actually create a forest ecosystem and all the magic that goes with that. So that sort of led me into forest making about 5 years ago. And it's evolved since then, really. And it's a real privilege. I mean, it's great to be able to plant trees and create forests sort of every day of your life, really. I'm very lucky to be able to do it.
Thank you for watching, and help us get to 1,000 subscribers by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting below. Thank you, and stay tuned for next week.